Can you tell us like what is your type?
So, my type, I like exotic. So depending on how you claim you qualify exotic. So as a Jamaican, I find that I'm attracted to different culture. And I'll give you a story. So when I was probably around 6, my mom took me to Jamaica, Negril, and we were in Negril, and we were on the beach, and a lady, a white lady, walked by. So she asked me. She thought I was very handsome, and said,
"How old you were?"
6. I was 6.
6 years old in Negril.
In Negril.
It's very famous and beautiful destination in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah, 7 Mile Beach.
Yeah, incredible beach and beautiful place. Okay, so you were 6.
So I was 6, and she looked at me and she said, "You're very handsome. I want to buy you something. So anything you want, I'll buy for you." Now, in my mind, the only thing I wanted was grapes. So I told her I would have some grapes. And surely enough.
Did you ask her if you were like, if someone asked you like, whatever you want, I'll buy for you? What would you ask for?
I think the first question at this stage in my life, now that I'm a little bit older, I would ask what the budget is.
So that's fine.
Once I know the budget, then I'll determine what I'd like after that. But
so you would be comfortable if women buy something for you?
I have no problem with it, as long as I can do the same in return.
Okay.
In my household, I strongly believe in 50-50. So you bring 50, I bring 50, and that's it. It doesn't mean that if you would like to give me a gift, I'm against it.
Yeah.
As long as when I want to give you a gift, you're not against the idea. So when she bought me the grapes, I was very happy. I enjoyed the grapes. She went about her way, and my mom looked at me and sat me down. So she's like, so when you get older, what kind of woman are you going to marry?
Yeah.
And I looked her straight in the face and I said, I'm going to marry a white woman.
So did you achieve this goal? Did you achieve this goal? Did you marry a white woman?
I did. I actually married a French-Canadian, white. If you ask me, it's like grayish blue eyes, blonde as it can get. I did that. I did that. And 3 kids, as I mentioned, in the end of it. So it's funny.
Does he also have blue eyes and the white hair?
No.
Oh, God.
They have the brown hair, curly brown hair, brown eyes, and the Milano skin tone.
But do they also have a type of white woman, or for them, exotic woman is someone from like countries like Jamaica or other part of the world?
It's I think for us, exotic means something not of origin for us here in Jamaica.
Okay.
So whether you're Spanish, if you're from outside, for most of us, that's exotic. And it's not to say that we don't appreciate the woman of Jamaica or a woman of different ethnicity.
Yeah.
It's just that we know our own, so to speak.
Yeah.
I know Jamaica. I know Jamaica culture.
Yeah.
And as Jamaica is land of many, out of all we're one. It's you want to experience different things. I'm not saying I'm speaking for all Jamaican men, but I'm speaking for since I've been here.
Yeah.
I've seen at least about 10 mixed couples. Yeah, so you'll notice most of the guys that leave and come back will unless they're gone for work and coming back, will be here with a mixed couple if they do return. So, yeah.
Do you have any other funny story about like you being a child, or like your feelings that like the blonde woman, that's what you want?
Childhood. It depends. So you would ask, what are some of the great things about Jamaica?
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, when I live in Jamaica, I didn't gain as much weight as I do now living in Canada.
Well, we all have this problem actually.
Because honestly, when you wait, I don't see. I understand the situation of everything, but I don't know how a local Jamaican can go hungry. We have so many fruits. We have so much different natural food that you can consume without, like, when I was here, like I said, my family weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry. And if you wanted a meal, you had to cook it.
Okay.
So the fact that you had to cook that meal meant that you had to wait till it's done.
Yeah.
You were truly, truly hungry. It wasn't because you were ravishing around your fridge and you feel, I want a chips or I want a burger or I want this. Pop it in the, even that microwave didn't exist. So if you want to warm your food, you get that big Dutchy pot.
Yeah.
And so.
How about now? Like, is fast food popular in Jamaica or not really?
I've gone to a lot of places now, and I've seen a lot more. I remember when I was here, pizza was never a thing.
Yeah, fries, pizza, fried chicken.
KFC was the only fast food.
Okay.
So if you said you're going somewhere, it was KFC dinner, and that was outing. When I say that's an outing, everyone's getting dressed.
Wow. So that is KFC.
Yes. Like, yeah, you will dress to go to Moxie's or Outback or something in Canada. When I say we're going to KFC, the kids were happy.
Wow.
Everyone was dressed because that was the spot. Finger licking good. KFC, keep from cooking. That's what we call it. Keep from cooking. The acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool acronym.
It's that's something like, if people only see and hear the bad, they miss so much amazing things with Jamaica. Like, as a tourist, you're in Ocho-Rios, you're in Negro, but there are so many other places on the island that is uncharted, that if you went there and enjoyed the falls, see where the kids are swimming with no care in the world and just enjoying life, it would blow your mind. I left when I was just turning 11. I grew up in Clarendon, but I migrated before I left to Westmoreland. And it's completely night and day. So you went from a city to a country. And in the country, I had to carry my water because we didn't have the running water. And in this time of year, it's normally a drought season. So you don't get much rain and you can't fill your tank and so forth. So when I wanted to go to school, I was getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I was going to go to the tank to fill water. I'd bring it back so my mom could make me breakfast. She'd have water to do my laundry and water to take care of whatever else she needs. And that would be done. So because it was such a small community, but we had a lot of kids, it was shift school. So if I was in the day shift, I'd go to school for early in the morning, I'd finish by noon, and then the second shift would start. So those are a lot of things that kids in Canada won't know about.
And is it common, like in Jamaica, to have so many kids, or is just like your family? Like probably your parents right there too.
If you look, the king of reggae, Bob Marley, I believe he has about 9, if not 10 kids. Yeah. So I have 3. By standard, I think I'm falling behind on my quota.
Okay, so do you plan to have more?
No.
No?
No.
You're done. Like, you don't want to reach the Bob Marley?
Yeah, my dad already repopulated. He got 11. Okay. So I'm good. But in truth, when I decided I want to have kids, that was something I kept in the back of my head. I didn't want to have a lot of baby mothers. And I wasn't going to have kids until I got married. So, no offense to my girlfriend. But when I decided I wanted to have kids, I wanted one woman. having my children. And I thought my ex-wife and I were going to be together for the rest of my days. So when we separated, that basically means that that stage of having children wasn't going to happen anymore. And if you ask my kids, they would agree. I remember when I separated, I don't know if this is my oldest said, "Daddy, I don't want you to have any more kids." And I asked her why. And her response was, "They won't be purebred." Meaning that it would be half for you and someone else. It wouldn't be mommy and you. So we don't want any more siblings. And I can't see myself changing more diapers anyway. So,
It's good to know that you are helpful when your wife has kids.
Oh yeah, I was hands-on. My youngest came to Jamaica for the first time 2 years ago. Well, January coming, we'll make it 2 years. She's always heard us talk about it, but she's never been. So she was, she'll probably kill me for saying this. She was so excited that it was Christmas time, and she said, "Daddy, I want to go to Jamaica."
Yeah.
So she went to her mom, and I spoke to her mom, and we made arrangements. And I packed her suitcase and put it in the closet. So when she came, we were having breakfast, and she's like, "I want to go to Jamaica, Daddy." And I said, "Okay, we're going to go." She goes, "Don't play with me." I'm like, "When are we going?" "Today." She goes, "Whatever." So I said, "Okay, well, go look in your closet." So she went and looked in her closet, and she saw her suitcase was already packed.
Wow.
She came back to the room and started crying because she thought I was joking. But I had already talked to my ex-wife, and we made the arrangements. So that was going to be a New Year gift to her, since she didn't have school. So we came down, and it was when we were on the plane, she looked at me and she said, "Daddy, up until now, I didn't believe you. We're on the plane now, and now I know you're telling the truth." I'm like, "Yeah." But she came. She met her grandmother. She met her uncles and cousins. She had the true Jamaican experience. So she was able to go and get the goats in the fields, just explore, walking through the woods and the jungle, and she had an amazing time. So I gave her 4 days with my mom, and then we spent 3 days in the resort. So she had the best of both worlds, and it was good.
Okay, as in conclusion, I just want to say to all the ladies who are listening, all Jamaican guys are bad. Here we have a guy who is not as bad, and probably there are more. So it's just for you to discover it.
I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
We all have our own.
For sure.